Hello, I hope you have a great day and don't get hurt in a hurricane. And this is Mom, this is me, and Mom's last name is Kelly.
That's my first name.
Kelly is her first name, and Mom's her last name.
Okay, thank you. You want to hop down?
Bye. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Hey, I hope everyone's having a great Friday. We are, it's been a busy day, so I'm finally getting on here and just want to follow up in last week's, excuse me, post regarding limits. So do you have enough limits if you were to have an accident with a newer model Escalade? And I specifically looked, since I live in Tennessee, I looked up the Tennessee state limit, or I know what they are, but I'm using the Tennessee state limits today. Each state is different. So here in Tennessee, the minimum is 25, 50, 15. So what that means is 25,000 is the minimum or the maximum that they're going to pay per person for bodily injury. So that's going to be to whoever is in the other automobile that you have the accident with, up to $50,000 max per accident. So if you had two people and they both had $25,000 worth of injuries, then you would still be covered because that's $50,000. And then the last number, the 15, is how much they're going to pay per accident for property damage. So 15,000 is, when you sit there and think about it, if you were to have an accident with a brand new car today, it's not that much money. And I looked up, I was curious because I know I see a lot of light poles down, and that's also going to be covered in your property damage. So a light pole here in Memphis on the low end is like $2,000 for, and that's whoever runs into the pole, they're responsible for paying that. Now, I am going to use an example I did in last year's video, which I will post the link to the video in the comments here, as well as the example that I'm using so that y'all can see it. If you're like me, I'm kind of a visual person. I like to see what you're talking about. So that'll be here in just a minute. Now, let's say you had an accident with a 2017 Escalade. We said the amount on that, $70,000 is going to be the worst. And there's the mom, she has $30,000 worth of injuries. The dad has $20,000 and the daughter has $15,000. So the total of all of that's going to be $135,000 worth of bodily injury and property damage that you caused. And your insurance, you have state minimum, so they're going to pay $25,000 for the mom, $20,000 for the dad, since that's under the minimum, and then they've got, that's $45,000, so there's $5,000 left that they can pay on the daughter of her $15,000. So you're gonna owe $10,000 for her and $5,000 for the mom, so $15,000 there. And then your Cadillac Escalade, you only have $15,000 worth of coverage or property damage. So $70,000, $15,000, you're going to owe $55,000 for repairing someone else's Escalade. So it's really important to check your limits. And obviously it's all about exposure. How often do you drive? Where do you live? What can you afford? But you also want to think about, would you be able to afford that $70,000 that you're going to owe, and they could put a levy on your checking account and things like that to pay for that? Or can you afford the extra, $50 every 6 months, or whatever the difference in premium is going to be? So you'll want to think about that. And you're also, something else I want to bring up is I'm kind of a stats person. I hope y'all can't hear Chris. He's really excited about what we're fixing to do. Hey, Chris. Can you calm down just a little bit, please? Thank you. Sorry. So he's pretty excited. He can't help himself, and he has this Paw Patrol vehicle, and he is a rescue man all the time. Anyways, there are 6 million accidents annually. 72% of those accidents contain property damage, about 3 million injuries, and of the 3 million, about 2 million being permanent injuries. So just keep those stats in mind when you're thinking about coverage level. What can you afford monthly compared to what could you afford if there was a bad accident? And just a little pointer, this was really exciting. I was helping one of my friends get some change her insurance over, and I was running quotes for her, and I was kind of trying to talk to her about why state minimum isn't always the best option, and it could leave her holding a huge bag to pay if she were to have a bad accident. So I like to always give my recommendation. Chris, please. I like to give my recommendation on 30 Days of Summer, guys. This is what, day 12. He's really having a good time. It's been an adjustment working from home again every day with them. Anyways, so think about what you owe, what you could owe. Anyways, so I was running her quote, and I like to give my recommendation too. So I ran a quote with some higher limits that I thought would be more beneficial for her, cover her better, and it was actually less expensive than the state minimum. So sometimes you might find that. So you want to check when you are getting time for your renewal. Go ahead and ask them what a quote would be for higher limits. You'd be surprised, very affordable, and would cover you better. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. We're trying to get some outdoor time in before the rain starts. And if you're in the wake of Barry, our prayers are with you and our thoughts. If you're one of my friends and family, obviously you always have an open door here. Would love to have you stay with us. So prayers to everyone in the path. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.